Greetings for the day, ladies and gentlemen. So, how are you all doing? How is your preparation for your AFCAT examination going on? And meanwhile, your CAPF admit card has also come. So, I am recording this session over here on 26th July, and today is Kargil Vijay Divas, right? So, let's remember the supreme sacrifices made by the esteemed forces of the Indian Defence Forces, and yes, absolutely, yeah, Dil Mangi More, right? So, ladies and gentlemen, let's get started over here. So, from today, like close to 30 days, like less than 30 days to be more precise, right? 28, 29 days remaining for your AFCAT examination. So, by now, I suppose that all of you must have finished off your syllabus, right? The general syllabus, the basics of it, of all of it, right? As far as your reasoning, right? Reasoning, mathematics, right? English and GK is concerned, you must have done at least one round, if not multiple rounds, of completing the entire syllabus. I'm sure you must have done that. If you have not done that, you please get done with it as soon as possible, right? Okay, and I'm sure you must have started reading the books as well, and you must be reading the newspapers as well. Okay, reading books will not only help you, as I've been always been telling you, to not only improve your English, right? So consequently helping you score maximum out of those 30 questions in the AFCAT examination, right? And as well as it will also give you the talk tracks for your SSB, right, in your GD, in your lecturate. So it is very critical, and the same goes for newspaper as well. Apart from building your own flow with the language English, and consequently helping you score maximum out of those 30 questions in AFCAT, or maybe even other examinations as well as helping you with your current affairs, right? And as well as giving you talk tracks for your SSB as well, for your GD and lecturate, right? And I'm sure by now you must be practicing the mathematics and reasoning questions while you are covering the syllabus, as I've already told you. And it's known fact to everybody that practice, please pardon the spelling, practice is the hallmark of entire mathematics and reasoning as a whole. So if you, let's say for example, if you are following anywhere, if you are not following me, if wherever you are following from, right, reading concepts and learning concepts alone is not sufficient, unless otherwise the questions related to that is solved as well. Okay, so practice is the hallmark for mathematics and reasoning, for scoring the best marks in mathematics and reasoning. Mathematics there will be like 20 questions, and reasoning there will be like 25 questions as far as your AFCAT examination is concerned, right? So if you are practicing that in a good enough manner, so I'm sure you should be scoring at least out of 45, you should be scoring at least 40 questions, which means 120 marks you should be scoring from mathematics and reasoning alone, right? So let's get going into what exactly should be your plan for the next 30 odd day, 28, 29, 30 odd days from now on. Okay, my first and the foremost advice over here is to get started with aggressive mock and PYQ taking, right? No matter where exactly you are on the status of syllabus coverage, right? Please do not please do not sit hiding from this mock and PYQ test, right? And you got to start taking this PYQ test. Okay, and over here, even if you take the PYQ test, my firm advice is that please limit your timing. Please give yourself solid 2 hours of time, and if you can give yourself 100 minutes, if you can give yourself 90 minutes, if you can practice with time restriction of 90 minutes. Okay, so yeah, so that would be even better, right? We have this opinion that we have like 2 hours of time, 120 minutes in the examination, but actually, as it has always been the case, that all of the examination, including the AFCAT, right, is going to be a bouncer. So you have to practice taking the test within 90 minutes of time. Okay, right? So you should practice with stress of limited amount of time. Okay, so that's my first and the foremost advice. And second is that extra aggressive mocks and PYQ analysis, right? When you take the test, just taking the test is not enough. It has to be analyzed, right? I'll also give you a separate video as to how exactly, right, to analyze the mock test, right, a mock and PYQ test. And I will also talk about how exactly you should be taking the mock and PYQ test as well. Okay, right? There is something called ABC strategy that I have already talked about. Okay, I'll give this to you in your I button, right? And as well as the same I'll be producing as well, right? Very soon I'll be giving it to you, right? Okay, and the next thing is that you should aggressively, right, extra aggressive mock and PYQ analysis, right? If you are aggressive on taking the mock test, the next step is that you have to be extra aggressive on analyzing the mock test, right? The questions that you have left unattempted, right? And the questions that the ones which has gone wrong, not just that, even the question that you have got correct, those questions have also to be analyzed. Okay, so simply taking the mock test and sleeping will not improve your marks, and that is why you should go ahead with extra aggressive mocks and PYQ analysis as well. Okay, now is the last time over here. It's now and never kind of time over here to focus on your weak zone, weak areas, and to build in the plug in the conceptual gaps. Okay, let's say certain chapters, let's say for example time, speed, distance. Okay, let's say for example the dice questions. Okay, let's say for example the blood relations. Okay, right. Okay, so this is the time for you to build on those conceptual gaps over here, folks. Okay, right, you please focus on these weak zones right now, and right now is the only time over here to focus on the weak zone. If you don't focus on the weak zones now, you will not have no time to focus on your weak zones anymore in the run up to the examination, right? And the last and the final suggestion over here in the final run up to the examination is that keep yourself calm aggressively, right? How can you keep yourself calm aggressively, right? The thing is that you have to chase after it. You have to build on every single gaps that you are having in your preparation, right? And while you take the PYQ test, while you take a mock test, while you do the analysis, you will realize your marks fluctuate, right? Your marks will fluctuate like hell, but that's okay, right? That will brood some sort of self-doubt in you, and that is why I want you guys to keep calm, right? Don't let complacency brood. If you get good marks, let's say 200, even 250 marks if you are getting, don't let complacency brood, okay, in yourself. And even if you get worst mark, even if you get minus marks, okay, minus 50, 60, but that's like far-fetched stuff. Even if you get 2-digit marks, 30, 40, 50, 60, 80, 90 and all that, keep yourself calm and keep working with your heads down, ladies and gentlemen. So with this we come to an end of this session. Thank you so much all of you for joining. I'll meet you guys again with the next steps, and meanwhile I wish you all the best for your CAPF examination. The admit cards are already out, and happy Kargil Vijay Divas all over again. Bye bye. Thank you so much. Jai Hind.